and Sunday night charts, but it's Monday. So we weren't in town yesterday to do Sunday night charts, so we're doing Sunday night charts on Monday. Glad you're with me. Welcome to the channel. It says for the 10th. No, it says for the 9th. All right. It must be the great one. You must be in somewhere in Europe. Hope y'all are doing well. Let me know if you're here and you're seeing me okay. Video and audio sound good? Let me know. Does it look choppy? Does it look smooth? Let me know. The movements seem okay. As the title suggests, the question we want to ask and answer is the bull move about finished, or is it, or do we have more up to go? So we'll look at that today. Don't forget, guys, I am a Elliott Wave trader. For those of you new to the channel, I do trade using Elliott Wave theory, as well as other things. But my niche on YouTube is I generally just fill the gap where Elliott Wave is. And not a lot of us Elliott Wave guys have YouTube channels. There's a handful of us, and it's kind of growing, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's just my niche on the YouTube. It's what I focus in on my channel. So glad to have you guys. Good to see you. And I'm not going to be able to say hello to everybody. A bunch of people come in at the same time. So I'm glad you're here. We're going to look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's up, Chino? How are you? Hey, Johnny, Charles, the Great One, Rivers, Chilmani, Gustavo. What's up, DLE? Let's see. Jay Dizzle. My Dizzle, you're back. What's up, man? Oh, my. I love that name. Oh, my. What's up, T? Song Grand. Sing us a song, man. Sing us a song. Let's see. Let me change my. Let me change the setting really fast. In what do you call it? In my settings. Give me 1 second. I may go offline just for a minute to change that setting. Settings, output, video. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. $19.20 to $10.80. All right, still working on it, guys. Give me 1 second. Just had to fix I had to fix a resolution there. Hopefully, I am back. Let me know if video and audio is good. I just had to. What in the world? Okay. That's hilarious, guys. It says error. You need to change your video resolution. Current video resolution is 1920 by 1080, which is not supported for this configuration. The expected video resolution is 1920 by 1080. So that's super funny. Super funny. Says it says extremely poor. So poor status. I don't know. I got green lights on OBS. Let me know if it's looking okay, guys. All right. Looks good. Sorry about that. Chill money. Oh, you're just kidding. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's start on the... sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm still trying to get it all set up. All right, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to do it as fast as possible. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to tell you what the different counts that I see that are possible, and then let you know what I'm looking at for invalidations and things of that nature. And then we'll look at Ethereum as well, and then we'll look at as many of the alts as we can very quick. Crypto Fitter, change your if your video is not very good, all you got to do says no data. Stop. Yeah, I'm streaming. Okay. Very good. Stream health is excellent. There we go. I got it all fixed. Anyway, hit the resolution, the little settings wheel in the bottom right. For some reason, it defaults kind of low, so make sure you just set it to a higher resolution. That should fix it. Yeah, I don't know why it defaults to 144, but it does. All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. All right, so where we are in the Bitcoin chart here, guys, is obviously we had a run up to our 65K. Just to review here. Then we have a three-way pullback. Okay, so what we could say here is we have an A, a B, and a C. Let's just go ahead and label that, guys, as an ABC, because that's what I believe it is. And I think it's a finished correction, or at least that a finished move. The way I'm counting that is 5 waves in C is like this: 1, 2, 3. All this was 4, and that's a 5 waves of C. Okay. So yeah, that looks good as ABC correction. No matter what you do with any of this stuff back here on Bitcoin, whether you call this a 1-2 or whatever, it doesn't matter right now. We've had a large correction, and it came back fairly deeply. When you see the retrace was, we came down to the 618, guys, retrace, which is just. It's what Bitcoin likes to do. Likes to play around at the 618. So yeah, then you look at the extension of this. Look at the extension of this wave. Just doing a little macro here, and we came to the 1618, which is a great an extended area where Bitcoin likes to come in corrective waves. So I've been saying ever since we got down here in this level, guys, we need to go up for 3 waves at least. We need to go up for 3 waves, and you guys know that you've been watching the channel long enough. I called this move up to the upside and called it well in advance of when it was coming. As this wave was being made, we looked at it and watched it and said, hey, it's just got to come, and it did. So yeah, I shaved there, Sir Sergey. Anyway, and it's now just growing back a little bit. So anyway, all right. So anyway, with that said, this is a finished ABC, and that's been my count for quite a while, and it's still playing out. Now the question becomes, what is the shape of this current wave that's happening? I'm going to tell you all the things that I see that are possible, and you guys can pick what you like. Okay, so let's talk about some ideas here. So this is a finished correction. Now we're going to start from this place on the chart, and we're going to say, okay, what is that right there? Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's go to the 1 hour chart and look and see what's possible here. All right, what it could be. I'm going to get rid of these fibs here. There we go. My first idea is a bearish count overall, but it's bullish it's bullish on this first wave. Let me just talk about it. So it could be an A, that's 3 waves to the upside, a B, 3 waves to the downside, okay, and then a C wave, which is 5 waves to the upside. And with this count, what this count does is it provides a possibly a finished 5 wave C, that this shape that I'm seeing on the chart right now, 1, 2, 3, here's the 4th wave right there, ending right here, and then the 5th wave is right here, and then in the 5th wave you have almost 5 finished waves. We're actually possibly in the 5th of the 5th right now. In other words, what's happening right now could be the very last part of this particular wave that's going on, that we could be at the top of what we call an ABC flat correction. Okay, could be at the top of that. It's possibility count number one. We've got to at least consider it. That in this C wave right here, we need 5 waves. Okay, and in that, I can get a 5-wave count, something like this: 1, 2, 3. The 4th wave is right there, kind of big and running, and it ends right here. And then we get a 5th wave right there, and the 5th wave is about done. It might have what we call in our trading group the infamous one more hit to the high. So that's a possibility, guys. So I'm not sure if that is, but there it is. That's a potential count. That this is an ABC. Okay, so we'll pull the fibs on that guy. You can see that we've gone well past the 1618, which I don't like for that to happen, but it is what it is. Okay. So that's one negative point to this count, is that it's gone well past the 1618. It didn't just wick it, but it's come well past it, and maybe this count doesn't have total merit. Now, I've seen counts go past, I've seen flats go all the way to the 2618, guys. So a flat can go to the 2618. I can show you on Bitcoin's history where we've had flats on the chart and it's gone to the 2618. Let me just take 1 minute and I'll show you one place on the chart where we had a flat that went to the 2618. Right here. Let's see if I can get it here for you. Right. Y'all probably remember this if you were trading. That's straight up $3,000 day from $7,000 to $10,500 straight up. This was a flat. We had 3 waves to the upside, 3 waves to the downside, and then boom, straight up for a 3rd wave flat right there. Boom, boom, boom. 2618 hit the 2618, and that was a flat within this correction. Okay, so there's an example of where we had a flat that went to the 2618. Go back to the 1 hour chart here, bring it back. There we go. All right, so we have a possibility here that this is an ABC and this is, let me go to the 2 hour chart. It might be better. There we go. Perfect. This might be, just an extended 5-wave C wave that's finishing up. That's about done. It could be completely done now. In other words, it might have just reversed on us. Looking at the chart. Let's zoom in. If this is a right count, then what we would need to see is 5 waves in here, and we need to see 5 waves in this last wave right there. So let's go to the small time frame count and just let's bat this around, see if there's any plausibility to this count, see if there's any subwave count that fits. Okay, so let's go to the let's go to the 10-minute chart. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, so we'd want to see 5 waves in this whole. Let me go back. Yeah, this is the 5th wave right here. We want to see 5 waves here. Now we don't see a great 1-2 here. I don't think this is 1-2 there. I believe this is probably more of a subwave count, and that the 1-2 is hidden down here in the wick somewhere. That's probably my take on it. I do have a nice 4th wave move right there. So this is probably 1 through 3 up to this point. That's 4, and then we get a 5th wave move right there. Okay. That the 5th wave move might be something like this. Just an idea here, guys. 1, 2, 3. There's 4, and then that straight up right wave is the 5th wave. Could be done, guys. It's a possibility that this thing could be finished. All right, so here's count number 1. Count number 1 says we got an ABC flat off the bottom here. So we got a 3 wave to the downside. Now we got a 3 wave to the upside. What the implications of that count would be if it's potentially finished, and it's just an idea here. I'm not saying it is or isn't, but it's possible, and you need to know that it's possible. We could start coming down correctively and pretty impulsively right now. Okay. Guys, if you just joined me and the picture's not clear, please change your settings. Hit the settings wheel and go up to the higher time frame. On the bottom right hand corner, you'll see the little settings wheel, and then change it to a higher resolution. and you should be fine. Let me know if that fixed it there, Ahmed Hazabu. Okay, so anyway, that's a possibility. Now, what are the implications of that count if it's correct? Just change your settings, guys, to to a higher resolution. That's all you got to do. It'll fix the problem. No problems. All right, so if this is a three-way, there's a couple of things that can happen here. Number one, we could get a three-wave down, okay, like that, three-wave to the downside, and that would be, and it would have to be something of a proportional size to this. So we look for a three-wave move down, something like that. It could come. Now, there's all kinds of shapes. We were talking about this in the Discord live tonight. There's all kinds of shapes that three-wave could take. I mean, it could come down here, break the high up here, and then come down and retest the low and create a big old flat like this. It could do just a simple zigzag here. Okay, it could do some kind of WXY here. You know, is any number of things that can happen right now if this wave is finished. Okay, basically we're looking for some kind of a three-wave move. Okay, could be simple, could be complex, any number of things that can happen, but something about the size and complexity of this particular move here. Now, once that would be finished, then depending on how deep this wave came, if it comes down in three waves and comes back 90% of this move to the upside, then we can call it what we call a flat, and we could look for 5 waves to the upside pretty fast. We would look for an impulse wave back to the upside. That would give us 3 waves to get us retesting this range, this liquidity zone right up here, the mid 50s. Okay, but that would still be corrective. But that's a possibility here. So basically, we could get A, B, and then C. Okay, let's do A, B, C. Change the color of that guy to red, so you can kind of see that move. And so this could be 3 waves of an A wave that's now finished. Now we're looking for 3 waves of a B wave, okay, and then 5 waves of a C. That would be a flat. The other option is that it could be a W. Okay, 3 waves of a W wave. Okay, then we get 3 waves of an X wave, as long as it doesn't come back 90%. Okay, and then 3 waves of a Y wave. And now the X wave of a WXY will not come back 90%, and so this will be a little bit shallower of a move to the downside. Regardless of those 2 counts, whether you get a WXY or an ABC, the count is the same. You're looking for a 3-wave move back to the downside. Okay, we're looking for 3 waves back corrective before we get another move to the upside. So in other words, I don't think we're going to go to the moon right yet forever. Okay, this wave has a strong possibility of coming to an end right in this level. It might have one more hit to the high. It might be finished. I don't know. Now, this is just one particular count that we're looking at, and we're considering this idea that this is 3 waves as a flat and it's just finished or is about finished or very close to being done. It might have just a little bit more up to go. All right, so that's one possibility. So it's a big if-then statement. If this is a flat, then we could expect some kind of a 3-wave move to the downside followed by another move to the upside, and that would give us a larger scale 3-wave move. Okay, a lot of gobbledygook on the screen. Let's get rid of that. And let's talk about the next idea. Now, if this is a 3-wave flat, it could be that it's just very shallow. Okay, it's very shallow and it's finished. That all the upside is we've gotten all we're going to get, and that this first 3-wave move was a W wave, this big 3-wave that I have counted here, and that this 3-wave move is an X wave. Okay, and that what we're waiting for now is a Y wave back to the downside. That this three-wave move is finished. It's done. It's kaput. There's no more upside to go. It's not going to get complex in here with another move. It's done, and it's going to come down. So that's a very bearish count right there, and that would imply that we're going to get a pretty steep impulse once this thing is finished. If it's not finished already, we're going to start getting a steep impulse over the next couple of days, and it's going to start moving to the downside. We would expect it to come down in 3 waves, most likely. Okay, and so the idea behind that would be a larger WXY wave. Okay, and we'll make that a different color there. We like that. So there's a possibility there. It's on the table as a possibility. Let me project the bottom if something like that happened. Again, it's a bearish count that I don't put a lot of stake in right now. Because I put a lot of chicken in it. Sorry, that was just a stupid dad joke. But the 1-to-1 extension is down here at $11,000. The 786 is sitting here at 18,615. That's assuming we've made the high. If it goes up a little bit, that may change things. If it goes up a little higher to make a higher high, it may change things a little bit. But there's an idea on the table. Do I buy that? Do I think that that's going to be the play? Probably not. Probably not. But you've got to at least consider the possibility that that can happen. That this is more of it's not death to Bitcoin, but it's a longer correction that implies hopefully another bull move to the upside down the road in years to come, maybe towards the end of this year or something like that. But it's a possibility, guys, possibility. So that's bearish. That's a bearish count, but there you go. All right. So I've given you a semi-bearish count. I've given you an ultra bearish count right here that takes us down to about, I don't know, 10 anywhere. Guys, this thing could come all the way down to $2,000, okay? So, I mean, this count brings us all the way down to possibly like 1,700. It's not exciting. It's not exciting, but you know, it is what it is. Do I believe that count? Probably not. So there's a semi-bear count. Well, that's a bear count. Let's talk about the bullish count on the table. The Moon Boy count, the Ultra Moon Boy count. Let me just remind you of the semi-bear count, because the semi-bear count still takes us down to about 20K, but we have a little bit more correction to go. So we get this 3-wave move, and then we get some kind of an impulse or 3 waves to the upside. It could go up in 3. It could go up in 5. It just depends on how deep this wave comes, okay? So we're going to get some kind of a 3-wave move and then some kind of a 3 to 5 wave move back up, retesting this zone right here. And then, guys, we would expect that to be part of a larger 3-wave move down. That still gets us down to about 20K support, okay? So that's the semi-bearish count. But that gives us all of this bullishness. Now, we'll have a period of bearishness for the next month or so, a couple months, before we have some bullishness towards the end of the year. Okay, we understand that. But anyway, that's a possibility of a count. Now let's talk about the Ultra Moon Boy count. This is the count you've all been waiting for. This is the count you're here. This is the count that opens up my YouTube channel and just adds the subscribers like crazy. This is the Moon Boy Ultra count. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's bad. All right. We got a 1-2 down here. A 1 and a 2. Okay. Followed by, now, this is the question. I wish I had my shirt on there, Mr. Riggs, that says YOU apostrophe RE with an asterisk. It says your. See if you could apply that to your comment. But thanks, man. I appreciate. And yeah, I'm just also joking about your comment. Joking about a real thing, but joking nonetheless. I'm going to have some fun now. I've got a shirt with, and that's all it says, asterisk YOU apostrophe RE. All right. Anyway, this is the Moon Boy count. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it could get bigger than this. I don't know where to put this 3. I probably need to bring it out here in time, most likely. But something like that. Again, this could go higher. Could go lower. I don't know. But this is the count that comes up, makes a 5th wave. Okay, the sub count might be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, and that's the sub count of the 3rd wave. Okay, we get some kind of a breakout here, retest, and then we get a 5th wave to the upside. Gets us up to 80K or so, 85K. So this is just like a 1 2 1 2 1 2 maybe of the 3rd wave. So this is like a 1 2 of the 3rd wave. So we're in the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave, which means that this wave is going to really just pick up and go. It's going to just get up and go. Something like that. It's going to correct some. It's going to correct some, and just keep on rocking. Give us some kind of a correction of a 4th wave of the 3rd. Give us a 5th wave. Correct. Some kind of a diagonal. Give us some kind of a correction here, and then another wave. There's your Moon Boy count. I have no idea what tendies are. I have no idea what that comment means. Yeah, I don't believe it was a Head and Shoulders. So I don't play by that. I don't play by patterns like that anyway. Yeah, High Card Jesus, or Jesus or whatever. So we may test that. It's a possibility. I would love to hear that kind of language. Less certainty and more, this is what I think and here's why I think it, rather than, hey, you're wrong, you're going to miss it, Ryan Lewis, if I had only one idea, a good question. My trading, doesn't really work like that, Ryan. I appreciate that those ideas there, High Card. I got what you're saying. I don't see this as a Head and Shoulders. But it's okay. It's totally okay. Ryan, let me answer your questions. Ryan says, all right, here's a good one, Jim. If you only had one of the 3 options that I've just shared, which one do I think? Okay. I have been kind of moon boyish for a while, but I'm starting to look at. Yeah, I disagree with the head and shoulders idea, but I could be wrong. So let me get. I'm going to move past that now. And High Card, if you could not spam the chat, that would be cool. Don't try to push your ideas so heavily. Okay, it tends to overload me and the chat. Okay. So let me continue to give some ideas here. Ryan, good question. What do I think? So I've tended to be kind of maybe moon boy, but here's the thing: the RSI. I guess High Card Jesus, I'm here to share what I have to offer, and I don't have time to when somebody spams the chat with like 20 comments in a row trying to push their idea. I don't have time to analyze everybody's ideas. I'm here. Most people are here to gain my insights. Man, I would love to watch your YouTube channel. I would just make a video of what you're seeing and share it and invite people to come watch. And that's what I'm doing here. So it just makes it hard when there's 100 people watching and one person kind of takes over the chat. If you look back at the comments, you'll kind of see that. It just kind of really imbalances things. So, and then you put a sigh at the end of it. It's kind of unkind. I understand where you're coming from. I know you're passionate about what you believe, but it distracts from the overall flow of the. It distracts from the overall. Flow of the live stream, which most people are here to, get my take on it. So I am always for a dialogue, but I'm in the middle of sharing my ideas, and the flow has been interrupted. And I try not to focus on the chat too much, so the flow doesn't get too interrupted. But I'm all for people sharing ideas. Okay. All right, so Ryan, let me get back to your question because it's a really good question. So I don't trade like that, right? So what I do, Ryan, is I have all these ideas that these things could happen, right? And so what I look for is, okay, what's the next thing I would expect? Okay, what's the next thing I would expect? If this count or that count, right? So Ryan, here's what I mean. Yeah, that's right, Zach. Absolutely. I can't get my brain focused. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go back. So I've got 3 counts, and I've said, okay, which count is next in line for an invalidation? Okay, or a validation. So in other words, for instance, I've got 2 counts that take me down. Right, Ryan? I've got 2 counts that take me down. Now, one count that takes me down big, that I've shared with you, takes me down in 3 waves, kind of big, right? And I've got another count that just takes me down 3 waves that shouldn't break this low, or if it does, it shouldn't break it a whole bunch. That it should come and retest. It could come and retest the low, or it comes down. And nevertheless, it comes down in 3 waves. That gives me a finished look. Yeah, thanks, guy. I will. So I've got 2 counts that do that, and then I've got another count. My third count, which is the bullish count, that says we probably just need a little bit of a corrective wave here, just a small, and then we start going up again. Okay? And so with understanding for this, what I'm looking for is, okay, I've got all of my counts are kind of saying probably a correction. Okay? Absolutely. By the way, what Chemo just said, I absolutely wholeheartedly echo. So Uh, I've got two counts. I've got basically three counts that are all kind of lining up for a correction to the downside from this area. Okay. Now the third count saying we're going to get a small correction here. That may be. It may come back like down to this little area of support right there, and then continue on up. And that's the ultra bull count. Okay, so if I get a small correction that finds its way, bounces off of this area, I'm going to be thinking, hey, bull. But if I start to get kind of a biggish correction where it starts to impulse on me, kind of in 5 waves down like this, back down to this region right here, and then starts to give me a 3-wave pullback, then I'm thinking, okay, I probably got this count here where I'm getting a bigger 3-wave move, right? Now, so that's what I would do. I would say, okay, what's the next invalidation? So basically what I'm doing is I want to see what happens on this next down move. When we get a down move, what shape does it take? What does it make? Okay, now if you ask the question a different way, Ryan, if you ask it like this, if somebody put a gun to your head and you had to make a prediction, what would it be? Yeah, exactly, Ryan, what you just said, by the way. How far these corrections go now to see what gets valid. Exactly. But if you put a gun to my head and said, which one do you think? I'm more inclined right now to that being an ABC, a finished flat, and it's about done. Let's talk about the RSI analysis, because I have not done any RSI analysis with you. And this is what's interesting to me. Now, we have, on the 4-hour chart, divergence here. Okay? We had divergence between the 4th and the 5th, or this was a flat, one of the two. Excuse me. This could be between the fourth wave and then the 5th of the 3rd wave. Probably not. This is probably the 4th wave right there. And I'm looking for a divergence. I'm looking for this 5th wave to finish and there to be divergence between the 4th and the 5th wave of wave C. And it looks like we've kind of getting it. My only problem with this is that maybe this isn't finished. Maybe this has some more up to go. And that's a possibility. This might have, like I said, one more hit to the high to get up here, but I don't want it to overtake that peak. I want it to maybe maintain maybe get up here to this range here. Okay? Wick into this liquidity zone here. Okay? Maybe. Maybe tonight. Maybe it just wicks up there tonight into this zone and then rejects. Boom. And we get a rejection on the 4-hour chart and gives me the divergence I want to see on the between the 4th, the 3rd and the 5th wave of C, and then we get a correction to the downside. Possibility. That is a possibility. And is it going to happen? I don't know. Can't say with certainty. But the 4-hour doesn't look horrible. 2-hour chart, you can still see that divergence in play right here. Boom, boom. Okay? The problem with this one depending on how you draw that divergence from the top, let's see, from the bottom of that way. Yeah, okay, that's the bottom there's the top of 3 right there. So yeah, that would work. 3 and 5. Yeah, that divergence is there on the 2-hour chart. Okay. What I like about this is that I see the divergence here between the 3rd and the 5th wave of this wave. So this is like wave 4 right here and 5. Now I'm not sure if this is finished or if it's got one more wave to go on the upside. But man, I'm showing some signs that says maybe, signs with this divergence, okay, that maybe the fifth of the fifth is about in. The fifth of the fifth of C is in. It's possible that if that's done, then we could be getting a kind of a strong move to the downside tonight or tomorrow. Okay, and it's going to be some kind of an impulse wave, maybe. Okay, it'll be kind of a fast move. We'll get a pullback and then maybe another move down. So who knows how the shape that's going to make? I don't know. I don't have any idea. But I'd be looking for some kind of a three-wave move, maybe. Now, if this pullback that we get takes forever and it's small in nature, okay, comparatively to that, then I'm going to be changing my idea here. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's too small. That's too small. Especially if this RSI kind of comes down on the 1 hour and 2 hour. Price only comes down a little bit, but the RSI resets down here again. If that happens, guys, I'm going to be bullish again, okay? We're going to watch for the... So in other words, what we do in our trading group is, even when we don't know the count, we have count ideas, right? Anyway, we basically say, hey, listen, you know, we don't know the count. We got a couple of ideas for the count, but let's watch as we get a correction. Let's watch and see, what does the RSI do on the 1 hour chart, on the 30-minute chart? Does it come all the way down and reset while price just hangs around up here? Let me just show you an example. Okay, on the chart. For those of you who have not learned hidden bullish divergence or hidden divergence, it is critical that you learn hidden divergence. You ought to be doing research right now on what hidden divergence is, because it's huge. It lets you know what the wave is doing. Let me just show you an example on the 2 hour chart. See the RSI, how the RSI reciprocated or oscillated all the way from overbought to all the way to oversold on this chart, okay? It's oversold. Now, when you look at the RSI down at the bottom peak right here, okay, and then you draw the line, you can see that this one pretty much goes straight across. We say basically that the RSI has traveled all the way down to oversold, whereas price barely moved in comparison to the previous wave. What we say is that is divergent action. That is divergent movement of the price line with the RSI line. And when we see the RSI and the price diverging from each other in its movement, it's letting you know that, hey, the bearish momentum has pretty much been exhausted on the 2 hour chart, and that's letting you know that the bulls are about to come back in. And we knew, when we saw this wave, we knew we were getting more bullishness. In fact, the last video that I shared, the last video I made, it says, I'm still bullish, and here's why. And it was while this wave was coming down. And we let you know that there's more bullishness to come. Another wave to the upside, most likely. To come. Now, we offered a couple of different ideas, and the bullish one played out. We offered the idea that this was the top of 5 and that we were going to get 3 waves like this. That was one, but nevertheless, we expected a wave to the upside and said it was a good idea to go long here. Okay. We also had the idea that we go up and make a 5th wave, that this was 4, and we go up and make a 5th wave. And this could be the end of 5 now, guys. This might be the end. I can't say with certainty, but it could be. And it might come down here. Guys, we could get a lot more moon boys. They could take this up, take out the divergences we're seeing on the chart. It could take out those divergences, boom, and make higher highs. So I'm not here to tell you what I think is going to happen. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on the chart. But anyway, what we want to do is watch how price comes down. Look at the 1 hour chart. Okay? Look at the last dip that we have. This dip right there. You see that dip? Okay, I want you to notice how price came down in 3 waves, okay? However, the RSI came down also in 3 waves. You'll see it right there. But it came down a lot deeper in relationship to the last peak. If you look at that right there and then you look at that, it's much more shallow. In other words, that is a bullish reset of the RSI on the 1 hour chart. If you look on the 15-minute, you'll see that you got a full reset of the RSI, okay? Maybe even the 30-minute gives it to you. Yeah, the 30-minute gives it to you pretty well. So this move to the downside right there, moved down here, almost got to oversold again on the 30-minute, and we've got hidden bullish divergence or exaggerated bullish divergence. It is bullish nonetheless, even if the lines aren't perfect. There, it is bullish nonetheless, and we saw those things and took longs here for this last wave. Now the question is, are we getting more bullishness here? Potentially, yes. Potentially very much yes. Look at this wave right here. Okay? See this wave, how it came down in 3 waves? It's almost oversold. This came down in 3 waves. When you look at the discrepancy between the peaks, this is what we call exaggerated bullish divergence. It let us know that there's another movement to the upside coming. And what you'll notice is that we actually came up and created a higher high. In other words, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th wave. It's finished. Now we're starting a trek to the downside. That's a possibility here. Okay? So anyway, RSI, there's a lot of bullishness here, yes, but there's bearish indicators here that we're kind of like, I'm not sure. Yeah, Ryan, that's a great idea. I just read your ideas there. If you can't keep track of it in your head, I can kind of do that. So I can kind of just see it. So if you can't, oh, excuse me. Okay. So anyway, there's some RSI analysis there for Bitcoin on the 4-hour. The 4-hour, man, it's not clear. We could totally go up for some more up here. But if it breaks to the downside here, guys, that is a possible tell here. We do have a break in structure on the RSI. We've broken down. Now we've retested, okay, with divergence, exaggerated bearish divergence here. If this thing breaks to the downside again and breaks this low, that's going to be a good indicator that this is actually coming down. So watch the 4-hour RSI as an indicator. Okay, if it comes down and breaks this low, makes a lower low on the RSI, that's going to be a really good tell that this probably is starting to trend to the downside. It doesn't mean it's going to go straight down. It just means it could. Okay. All right. Yeah, so there's Bitcoin, guys. That's what I'm looking at. I've given you a bullish count, a moon boy count. I've given you a really pretty deep bearish count, and I've given you a moderately bearish count. And all of them are in play, and that's what I'm basically seeing. That's what I'm basically seeing here in the chart. I'm just watching this area on the chart. It's a key area for me. This area right where we're in. We have a possibility here that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wave and it's finished. Okay, we do have divergence. We've got a couple of different kinds of divergence playing out there. We got to wait and see what's going to play out. So really what happens over the next night or two, day or two, is going to be really significant to me. If it starts coming down, how far does it come down? How does it come down? What does the RSI do as it comes down? Those are all going to be factors in how I look at the market. And I'll try to bring some update videos as the week progresses. Now, that being said, if you guys don't want to wait for those update videos to come, guys, my Discord gets 2 update videos every day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and as things progress through the day, sometimes I'll do spontaneous lives whenever they're needed in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night even, just depending on what's going on. There are also several other guys in the group that like to do lives and share their charts and ideas as well. It's a great place to be, guys. I want to invite you guys in. I didn't invite anybody in the Discord. It's a private Discord. You have to be a Patreon supporter of the channel, but become a Patreon supporter of the channel. We get you right into the Discord. Love to have you. Okay? So anyway, with that said, yeah, this is a possible ending to a wave, and that's my analysis for Bitcoin. To recap, to give you the final look at it, we could have an ABC that's followed by some kind of a 3-wave move and then another move to the upside, and then that would be a 3-wave move to the that would be a 3-wave move to the upside that would be followed by eventually a downward move. Okay? That's one idea. That's the semi-bearish count. The bearish count says we're done. We're done with the upside. That three-wave move to the upside is not going to get complex at all. It's just going to get real bearish from here. We're going to go back down to 20K, 12K, 15K, in that range. We're done. Okay? And then the moon boy count that I gave you says, no, Jim. This is a 1 and a 2. We're going to get a 3, 4, 5. We're going to go hit 80K pretty easily to the upside, most likely. The moon boy count says something like that. Breaking the high. Find resistance here on the third wave, have a bit of a pullback, and then go make the fifth wave to the upside. So there's the moon boy count. All right, there's the analysis, guys, for Bitcoin. Is it possible that this is a head and shoulders? Not in my book. I do not see this as a head and shoulders personally. I am personally not looking at this as a head and shoulders. Okay. Could it be? I imagine it could. Jim Pierce might be wrong. So I'm always understanding of that, which, if you draw this trend line here of the neck, you got some, if it's going up like this, then this might be getting up to 50K or something, as High Card Jesus was saying earlier. So I do not buy that count. That is not my count. I'm not looking at the chart like that. Not personally seeing that in the cards. But it's possible. It is possible. However, I'm not thinking as likely. If we come up here now, if we get up here to this region right here now, I'm ultra moon boy count. Okay? Just saying. I'm going to be ultra moon boy count. Most likely. Okay, shall we look at Ethereum, guys, very quickly? Sure. Very quickly, let's look at Ethereum. Same kind of things at play. I'm not going to spend as much time on Ethereum. But what you'll notice here, first off, is that you see on the 4-hour RSI, we see some kind of a bearishness here, triple bearishness. We had a bearishness between this wave and this wave, and now we're getting bearishness between this wave and this wave. So, there's a bearishness on this chart. Double and triple bearishness that I like to see, that that I'm looking at, that says, hey, maybe we're about finished. Okay, I was looking for one more hit to the upside right tonight or today, one more wave to the upside, boom, before this thing is finished, and it may come on down like so, 5, 3, and a 5. Okay, and that would be a flat as well. We've taken out this liquidity. Excuse me. So the ideas for this count say, you can see how the 6-hour is also looking rather finished, at least for we need a larger correction. Got to be careful though, because those corrections, here was a correction that reset the RSI down to here. So we've got to be careful with this, with these corrections. This thing might just come down that much, something like that, or come down like this and then continue. That might be all the reset we get to have some bullishness back in this chart. So this could be a very bullish count, but I'm just sharing some ideas here. So we could have a flat right here as an ABC, and that's all you get, guys, or it's close to it. And then what we got is going to be something like an A, a B, and then we get a C wave to the downside. We go back. This is the wrecked Ethereum count, goes down to $400 or something. This is the get wrecked count here for Ethereum. Okay. Do I buy that count? Probably not. Probably not looking at that count as one that's viable. I would rather see something like this, a 3-wave move down, followed by another 3-wave up, something like that, where you get a WXY. Shoot. It could even break the top. I wouldn't be surprised to see it break the top in 3-wave fashion. 3-wave fashion. Would not be surprised to see something like that. followed by some kind of a steep something like that. And ultimately we get this big old corrective structure, just like we got like right here before we went up again. Okay? This move right there. It was down, up, down, right there. That was a corrective structure before we got another impulse. Wouldn't mind seeing a break of the high like this, another move down, and then just a straight up impulse after that. That's possible, guys. That is totally in the Ethereum cards. This could come up. But nevertheless, we might have a finished three-wave move, which is calling for an intermediate three-wave back down to the downside. We'd be calling for an intermediate three-wave move back down to the downside, which is a possibility. So looking for a potential three-wave that's going to correlate with Bitcoin's potential three-wave to the downside. If we get it, we get some kind of a potential three-wave move to the downside like that in Bitcoin, and a three-wave move like that in Ethereum. Okay, to be followed by another three-wave move to the upside. Okay. And that would be a big WXY breaking the high, okay? And this would be some kind of a three-wave that would eventually come back down to these regions, some kind of a running three-wave flat, okay? I don't think I use a 60 MA. It's a 200 MA on the hourly. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually, for whatever reason, I have it set to the 1 hour indicator. It should be set to the same as chart. So I don't. It's the 200 MA. Should be same as chart, by the way. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's an idea. There's some ideas. I really like that idea. But what this idea does is says, hey, this wave is Ryan, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, because this could be a finished three-wave move here, okay? That is showing, that, and that's what we're seeing on the 4 hour time frames. This bearish divergence. Now, again, I'm a little skeptical of this bearish divergence in the 4 hour, because a strong move could come out and take out that divergence before it comes down. So, I'm a little leery of it, but I got to pay attention to it when it shows itself until it gets invalidated. So I'm looking at the possibility here that we're going to get some kind of a correction, whether it's a largish one, like so, okay, that then is followed by a larger three-wave move that comes and breaks the top, okay, or we simply are getting some kind of a three-wave right now, okay, that's going to allow the 4 hour chart to kind of come down and reset down here some way. Give me some hidden bullish divergence that's going to let us go up again in some kind of fashion, okay, back to the upside. And that would be the moon boy count. Okay, so we could go up it as a moon boy, guys. We could go up parabolically. We got a leading diagonal starting right here. We got a three-way pullback. This is looking good. Remember, they can reset the RSI by still pushing the price to the upside. They could do something like this, and then it just boom. And they just give you a lot of choppy section right in here. They reset the RSI in the 4 hour chart, but it stays choppy and it stays corrective to the upside. Gives you some kind of a running correction. And then boom, up you go. Okay. Is there any book about Elliott Wave that you'd recommend? Yeah, the main one that everybody reads is the Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter. So that's the book That's the book that everybody reads. You can actually find a PDF version of it free out there on the internet if you want to look for it, or you can buy it on Amazon. Personally, all my class, I mean, I've gone through, um, I've gone through enough videos on my trading night school. If you look in my, if you look in my playlist, 2 years ago I did Thursday night trading night school, where yeah, you could come and watch and learn Elliott Wave and learn to trade through Trading Night School, and it was free and it's on there for it is what it is. They're old lives. They're 2 years or older. All my new stuff is very fresh and new. It's in my Discord, and you got to be a Discord member to have access to it. But I've got Elliott Wave for beginners in my Discord. You can come on in and take that course as well as how to read the RSI properly, and how to trade with the RSI, because those are critical to my trading style. Okay, the RSI is the only indicator I use, and it's the number one indicator in my book. The only thing that comes close to it is the TDI indicator, which has an RSI built into it and a moving average, which is what I have down here. I have the RSI with a moving average on it, and that's something I developed from the TDI. So anyway, right. So anyway, great questions. Possible third wave now. Look. Yep. If you just came, MT5 guy, I did a lot of talking about BTC already. I invite you to go and check that out. You can just rewind it and check that out. So anyway, yeah. But Michael, great questions. Like I said, check Frost and Prechter out, and it's called the Elliott Wave Principle. You can find it on Amazon. You can find a PDF of it free out there, and then you can also just watch my Elliott Wave Night School videos, teaching Elliott Wave and all the rules for it. It just takes a little time, and to be in a community to learn it. It's worth your it's worth your time put into learning Elliott. It's not the only thing, and it works. People say, "Well, it doesn't work." It works if you work it right? But it just takes time to learn it. But most of everything I learned from YouTube videos and reading internet sources and things of that, and consulting books here and there when I need to. But that's how I picked up Elliott Wave over the years. But you'll learn it as you go if you, especially come into the Discord and watch the videos, or watch my old Trading Night School videos. A lot of guys on here, I think Seth, who's watching, I think he learned through my Trading Night School. Is that right, Seth? You went through those Trading Night School videos with me, didn't you? And I'm curious who else is around that was here, who's watching my video, watching the live even now, that was here during the Trading Night School days when I was doing that. Anybody around? Hey, appreciate that recommendation, Zach, by the way, on the book. Yeah. I remember Seth being there, and I don't remember if anybody else was there or not here during that time. But you've been around a while, Seth. It's been great having you in the Discord. Chemo, you've been around. I don't think Chemo you were around during my Trading Night School days, but you've been around quite a while too. Over a year now. I think over 2 years. That's all right, Ryan. You watch all those old videos of mine. I've grown a lot since then, but nonetheless, you can watch them. They're there. Oh, Jordan, thanks for that. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, guys. So yeah, back to Ethereum and what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that this is a possible. Okay, so Moon Boy again. This is a 1-2 in the middle of a third wave. It's going Moon Boy. Okay, but keep in mind this could be 3 waves followed by 3 waves followed by 3 that break the high, and then we come down sharply in a wave like this to finish it out, and that would be just a big old correction like that. That'd be a move I've seen. That'd be a move I've seen over and over and over in Ethereum, and I like that idea. Okay, guys. With that being said, I'm going to open up the request line. Request line is now open. Here are the rules. I'm going to basically just try to keep away from the crap coins, but I know there's a lot of you want me to look at it. I'll just understand that most of the charts are going to follow either Ethereum or Bitcoin. That's why I do those two, because all the charts are going to kind of resemble Ethereum or Bitcoin, either one. And so if you want to see if you want to see a if you want to see, sorry, I've got distracted. If you want to see a particular chart, it's probably going to resemble one of the two. So keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot of what do you call it? A lot of repetition. So I'm going to do them fast. So the request line is open. Any chart, any market, be glad to look at it. Crypto is going to resemble Bitcoin or Ethereum, but if you want a stock, I'd be glad to look. I love looking up stocks for people. All right. With that said, HBAR is the first one. Ryan, let's check it out. SPX, guys, just to take a peek at it with you. SPX, I'm thinking ending diagonal here, potential. It's just an idea. Something like that. And we're about finished, maybe 4,500, and we're going to see a dip. We might see a break to the upside and then a dip. And it's going to be a pretty substantial looking dip. Let's see. Maybe 10 to 15%. And then maybe even lower after that. Okay? All right, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Actually, HBAR first. Sorry. Let me look at HBAR. Sorry about that. Making funny noises. Okay. It's got the same look as all the other charts do. We got some kind of so we had some kind of an impulse here, right? Impulse. Now we had a correction. Now the question is that correction finished? Okay. Looking on the daily chart, which seems to be a better chart here. We've got a break to the upside out of this structure here. You might even pull the line back here. Break. It's retested. It's moving up. So, HBAR looks like it's got some more bullishness in it. It doesn't look like it's finished yet, but it's 335. It's rounding up to the 1-to-1. It hasn't quite finished hitting the 1-to-1 extension yet. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw HBAR kind of moving up between the 1-to-1 and the 1-4 in this region right here. But that's looking like a flat here, guys, the way HBAR looks. 3 here, 3 there, and now 5. And I don't think 5 is finished. I think 5 still has a ways to go to the upside. It could get all the way to 25 cents, but I think 23 cents is a good prediction, and maybe even all the way up to 25 to 26 cents before it actually has a deeper correction. Okay, that's the way HBAR is looking to me on the daily chart. Well, I suppose I'm glad to hear that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's what's up, bro? Science, how's it going? Good to see you here. Let's check Bitcoin dominance here. BTC.D. Yeah, so the BTC dominance here is actually, it looks like it's making some kind of a wedge here, but it looks like a corrective wave. That BTC dominance may be finished with some kind of a corrective move here. Some kind of a triangle or something in a fourth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now we're getting an impulse back down to the downside, where the dominance is actually, we've gotten on the daily a lot of hidden bearish divergence here. especially from this level right there to there, this level there to there. There's some hidden bearishness there that it's possible that either this is an A wave to the upside or a one wave. It's a leading diagonal, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's the case. And if that's the case, then what we're getting here is now a three-wave pullback, which is then going to be followed by another wave to the upside. Okay. Now I don't know what that's going to do after that, but this could be some kind of like an ABC like that. This could be some kind of an ABC, or this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it could be on the rise. But nevertheless, it looks like in the intermediate term, guys, on the daily chart, let's see, the 12-hour, got a little bit of upside to go here, a little bit of upside correction, and then down we go. I'm looking for a little bit of upside correction, and then down we go. So dominance, I think, is going to be on the falling here on the 12-hour chart soon. Even though in the immediate term, I think we're going to get some kind of a move to the upside. Okay. So anyway, there's the Bitcoin dominance chart. Let me show you the ETHBTC chart, because ETHBTC is pretty interesting. It's one of the reasons why I think that the ETHBTC chart, I really like this count for ETHBTC. I really like this count. So we get some kind of a, how would it be? W, X, Y. Something like this. I really like that as a correction, but we get an immediate three-wave move down once this thing is finished, and then we go up again. Okay, so that's possible as well. But it looks like but I really like that count. But what that does, if you look at the ETHBTC, is that we've just broken out on the 12-hour chart. You can see that we've broken out of what looks to be a triangle. If that's a triangle, then what you've got here is an A, B, C. Now it's debatable, right, that that's a triangle. But if that's a triangle, then we're looking for 5 waves to come out of this, and it looks like we're getting something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And that's going to allow Ethereum to make headway against BTC. So as BTC corrects, Ethereum will correct less. As BTC goes up, Ethereum will go up more in percentage-wise. And so for me, Ethereum's the one to be trading right now, and I see ETHBTC chart making some headways, kind of like this. That's a possibility, at least. One way to interpret what I'm seeing on the chart. So I really like that idea there for ETHBTC. Okay, let's see. Chemo, you keep a track of them all for me? That'd be great. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, man. So, okay, BTC USD index for wave count on the last decade. Can you explain that for me? What that's looking like? What do you mean by that? So, what chart do I pull up for the BTC USD index? Is that the Brave New Coin chart? Okay, so Hayden Fixture, the Brave New Coin, then most likely. And you want the chart? Okay, let me check it out. Okay, interesting. Nice. Perfect. So what's interesting, as I just look at this and just do some RSI analysis on the daily chart here, is that we've got the hidden bullish divergence right between there and there. Okay, pretty strong hidden bull. But now that we've come up in 3 waves here, we've kind of come up in 3 waves, it's creating from the all-time high here, it's creating hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so it's letting me know that there's actually a correction on the daily that might be coming. So just something interesting to see as I'm just looking at this particular chart. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely get this on log in just a minute. But that's the first thing I see. Just looking at it to give you the all-time count here. Let me get it on log here. See if we can get it. I'm not a big fan of log, and there's a lot of reasons for it. But let me get it on the weekly chart. Okay. So the problem I have with log scale is that really the fibs don't measure right, and it puts Bitcoin up into like the millions, and I just don't think it's going there. Okay, I just don't personally think that Bitcoin is going there. Now, however, I am kind of ultra moon boy. Okay, I'm kind of ultra moon boy, and I do see this as a potential right here that this could be coming up. Right, you see all the other tops that we have, and what I find interesting about the current top, okay, is that all the other tops were very pointed, pointy, pointy. This top does not give us the point that all the other ones do. So it's been kind of a weird top for me. But nonetheless, it's pointy, and we do have hidden bullish divergence on it. There's no doubt about it. We've got a move here that gives us hidden bull on this chart. So I'm still pretty bullish on Bitcoin, right? And I don't think looking at this, I would count this something like a 4, a 5, and we need a fifth wave. Okay, that's how I'd count it generally on the log scale. So yeah, we need to. So the big moon boy count that I've given you probably accounts for that. Although I don't think it's going to come up as high as 140K or 100K, but it could get up there to 100K. But I do think that 80K is 80 to 90K is a lot more reasonable of a count. Now, what is the count of all this trash here? Well, generally speaking, when we look at trash like this, we're like, okay, I'm looking for what looks like a potential fourth wave move. Okay, and I just don't see a good fourth wave here. I don't see what lets me know. In fact, the third wave, if I pull the fibs off of this and I get a 1-2 here, we haven't even finished the third wave. And it takes us up to, what, $10 million? $10 million. And I just don't see that happening. Personally, I just don't see that happening at all. Let's see, just reading the chat here. Yeah, and I personally, I don't like this as a completed wave. It just doesn't look good to me. If I were to take it off log scale and get it on regular scale, I'm much more inclined to say all of the history that we have, this is the way I'd prefer to count it. You might like it, you might not like it, but I'd like to count all the history from the beginning to the all-time high of 2017 is wave 1. Okay? That this is a 3-wave move, wave 2. That's a 1-2. Now, I'd probably like to say that this is a wave 3, that's wave 4, and now we're going up for a wave 5. That's the way I'd prefer to count this. And, that's my Moon Boy count. It doesn't put us up at $100,000, though it could go there. could go there. Right now, the way I see the waves. But man, I really like the $80,000 range. Really like that as a potential high. And that's the way I'm looking at the waves right now. Now, I readily admit that 3 might not be finished. That we might simply need one more high. But man, this is a really deep 4. But I have a hard time with the sub count here of a 1, 2, because I don't really have a good 3 here of the third. So this might be up here a little bit. So in other words, we might have, this might be the third of the third. That's 4, and then we're going to get the fifth of the third right here. So this could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 of 3. Get another wave back down, and then get a fifth. That gets us to 100K maybe. Just reading the chat. Looks like a Head and Shoulders. Yeah, so I don't know, guys, but I'm not a big fan of reading the count on the log scale for sure, because it just doesn't give me the sense. You wouldn't want to say that this is the top of 1, and that's 2, but that's the way I read it. That's the way I read it. Now here's an alternate count. Yeah, I don't know. This is an ending diagonal fifth wave in log scale. Is that an ending diagonal in log scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That gets you up to 129 or so. And that would be the fifth of the fifth. That would be all done. I don't know. All right, let's move on. AXS is next, it looks like. Guys, if you don't want to wait for yours for some reason, I skip to super chats. Anybody puts a super chat up there, you get first in line. Okay? Okay, AXS has no data. No data. I need more data. No data. The hourly chart sucks. It's just straight sideways. There's no data. Okay, best I got. Here it is. Avan Atu. Oh, it looks finished to me. So AXS looks like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Looks done. Looks finished. We have divergence here between the 3rd and the 5th. And this is 1 to the downside, 2 to the downside. Looks like we're going down again, maybe. This might have a little bit more upside to go, but it looks like there'll be another wave to the downside. A, B, C, maybe back down to here. That's what AXS looks like to me of this particular wave. That looks like a finished 5-wave move. Okay, what would that be in the context? Maybe a 5th wave. So yeah, maybe this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is a 5th wave, and now we're getting ready to start a very large correction to the downside. Could be one more hit to the high, never know. But yeah, AXS looks about finished. It looks bearish to me. Okay. Need more data. Number 5 is alive. Am I still in log? Yes, I am. Okay, that changes things just a little bit. Still got the divergence between the 4th and the 5th. Yeah, looks like it needs to come on down. I'd say I'm still bearish here on. I'll have to check that quote out, Zach. I'll check it out. Okay, so yeah, it kind of looks like it could be flagging out for a 4th wave, or it could be coming down. But there is divergence here between this wave and that wave, so that means like maybe that's a 3rd and a 5th. So maybe, but yeah, I wasn't logged. That did change things, didn't it? That changes things. That's what I don't like about log scale. It really changes the look, and I'm not sure if it's the right way to think about it. Okay, what's after AXS? Twitter. Is that Twitter? TW? TR? Yeah. Nice. I've never done Twitter. Let's check it out. Look on the 3-day chart. See what's going on. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Look how beautiful, guys, this wave is. Just gorgeous. I'll check it out, Zach. Send me a link and I'll pull it up. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, so this really looks nice right here as a 1 wave followed by a nice 3 wave 2. Okay, now we've gotten up to the 1618. So this could be the top of 3. Could have a 4th wave. Now might be getting a 5th wave. Okay, otherwise this is some kind of a 3-wave move that now Twitter is about to start shooting down again. Okay, so down or up, obviously, but it looks like Twitter's probably going to give us a little bit of a correction and then a continuation, maybe. Otherwise, maybe all the crap that came out of the fake news and censorship and all that crap, maybe that's brought on this correction here, and that maybe, just maybe, this looks like it's going up impulsively. So, yeah. And then a continuation. So I'm pretty bullish. Right now we're going to have some chop and a pullback. Okay, if this is 5 waves, we're going to have a pullback, and then it's going to go. But this is a decent area for maybe reloading, or getting in on Twitter. So that's the way Twitter looks. It looks pretty bullish. All right, here it is.
It is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me. Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
One day.
In a microsecond. Whoop, like that. 99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are fucking morons.
All right, well, that's that's some language, guys. Sorry about that. Zach, come on, man. Well, I mean, guys, y'all are morons. All right. Anyway, Twitter. Twitter looks like it's got some room to go up here. But yeah, y'all have to look it up. He's just using language I don't want to support here. I mean, I tried to keep it as clean as possible on the channel, guys. All right, let's look at TLRY. NASDAQ. Okay, check it out. Looks like the Bitcoin chart. The inauguration down to zero or almost zero. Spike. That's what crab coins do. That's what a crab coin does. There's no analysis for that, guys. Unfortunately, most likely what this thing is going to do is play around down here and then eventually come up. Who knows if it'll make a higher high or it'll do this and then come up. It's random. These random spikes. I don't know what it's going to do. But as long as you get these random inauguration spikes, it's just almost impossible to do any TA on that. I apologize for that, but let's check Moderna. I love doing the stocks, guys. Ooh, that's a good one. What goes up like that is going to come down like that. I want you to know. When it goes up like that, it's going to come down like that. So I don't know how much farther it has to go. This looks like a nice triangle in the fourth. So this might be a fifth here. Might have a little bit more up, but this is the take profit zone, guys. This to me is a take profit zone of Moderna. It's super overbought with divergence here. I'd be on the 4-hour chart. This is a potential top. Now I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's a potential major pullback coming. This is the area to be thinking about taking profit. Now I'm not giving financial advice, but that's when I look at a chart. That's what I'm thinking at those levels. It looks like we're going to get some kind of a correction down. If it corrects and brings the RSI back down here, that's another buy zone. When the RSI gets back down here, you got buy zones right here. Okay, when the RSI resets to the bottom on the 4-hour chart, that's another buy zone. So just play the RSI on that one. Yeah, I think we're due for a pretty steep correction here. Like I said, when they go up that fast, expect they're going to correct that fast. Look for a proportional correction, probably back down to the support region right here. It's not going to go down overnight, but it'll start making its way down. It might find support here, but that's a take profit zone that I'm looking at. It could go higher, but it's speculation. Okay. Hey, Gartley and harmonics are great. I just don't know a lot about them, Sam. Great question. I just haven't studied them, but I like the way they use fibs and they use chart patterns. I really believe in chart patterns. So yeah, I say there's probably it's a good study and a good use. It's not something I've added to my trading. Okay. Okay, let's look at Hubs. I love these non crypto charts. I'm so happy. Okay, wow, look at that chart. That's a nice chart. Um, Interesting. 3 day. That's an interesting movement. This is very bullish movement here, but there is some bearishness to it. Okay, so this is very bullish movement. This could keep on going up a bit more, but it's going to be due for some kind of a fairly decent correction. Okay, where you get some kind of a 20 to 40% correction at the top. But there's a lot of bullishness here that this could keep pumping if it keeps pumping the way it's pumping. There's some bullishness here to HubSpot Inc. From an Elliott wave standpoint, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be a extended fifth wave. Yeah, if I look at this through the log scale, it'll probably be clearer. Even though I don't like it. Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be a fifth wave. Could be about finished. So be careful. That's a tough call here. Looks like an extended fifth wave. This looks like it's a potential fourth wave move. Yeah, this could be, guys, this could be a top. Where it is right now, 657, this could be a top, a market top. This could probably come down like that. Be careful here. I really see this a correction here coming on HubSpot. So watch out for that. Yeah, I want to look at gold. Let's look at DXY. Let's look at gold and silver. That would be great. Yep. So on the daily, we're getting the bullishness that I called for the other day because we had, on the 4-hour chart, guys, we had major hidden bull divergence. You see this corrective wave here? Okay, so that's a corrective wave. This is still just on fire. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, and this has given us basically a 3, and I guess this is a 3, and now we're getting a 5-wave move to the upside. Some kind of a large flat here. So it looks like over the next month or into this month, we're going to have some bullishness here. On the 4-hour, 6-hour chart, guys, that we need to break the high to make some divergence here. So, but I would expect this to come and break. Let's see, where would I expect this to be? Yeah, 93.83 is a 1-to-1, guys. I would really like to see it get up there to 93.83. That'd be a nice area for it to come up to. So I like that as 3 waves for the DXY. Oh, well done on the 32K entry there, man. Well done. And you've been holding since. That's great. We're in a potential take profit zone where we are. It's potential, so be careful in this area. Okay. Now let's look at after DXY. Let's look at gold and see what's going on with gold. Oh wow! Look at gold tank. Wow. Okay. That's really bad. That's not good for gold. What are the old drawings here? Yeah, I wouldn't have expected to see it. Didn't break the low. So it didn't break the low, and we got a nice rejection. This is possible here on gold. That it's about to run. That's possible. Didn't break this low. I like that, and as long as it doesn't continue down from where it is, that it continues to the upside, then we have a possible 5-wave count here for gold. Here we got 1, 2. Okay, all of this would be 3. We'd get a deeper correction, 4th, and then a 5-wave move. And I like this. This gets us up to. This gets us up to 2400 or even higher later on, potentially. Now this could be a 1 2 1 2 1. This could be a bunch of 1 2 strung together as well. That could get us up even more bullishly than that. But this could be very bullish. This could just kind of start going. Okay, it's possible. 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. This gets up here, pull back, continue. Gold looks bullish to me, even though it had a tanky day today, or several days. If it starts rocking to the upside, BTC might be heading to the downside. Now, on the daily chart, we're oversold, and there's hidden bull on the chart. Now, there's more room to get oversold, so this could come down. And if this comes down any more than this, then what this has become is a more complex correction. Okay? But it still has bullishness on the chart. That means what we would do is pull the third wave down to here, probably make this the 4th wave, okay? And then we'd still look for a pretty big 5th wave to come on gold. Is the video and audio still looking good, guys? Is it lagging? Let me check the. Yeah, we're green. I think the bit rate's a little too high for the stream, according to. All right, good deal. Well, okay, excellent. All right, so there's gold. Let's look at silver while we're at it, because I haven't looked at these in quite a while. So let's see what I said earlier. What was my earlier idea? That we would come down in 3 waves, but it's just been correcting sideways, hasn't it? Let's remove those ideas. Yeah, look at that sideways correction. What a choppy mess. 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. I mean, it looks very WXY-ish, It's not great, but it looks very WXY. So manipulated, guys. So manipulated. But this could totally be a 1-2, guys. Totally be a 1-2. That now is followed by some major bullishness. Guys, there's major hidden bullishness on this chart. Silver's going up. I mean, it looks like it needs to go up. And, buy while you can. Because this is going up to over $40. This is going to get up above all-time highs. It should. One, two. This might have some more downside. Maybe. And then up. But I see up in the cards. Great buy price right now. Good investment, in my opinion. Silver looks amazing. Yeah, I love Peter Schiff. I do. I like him. I like his style. But yeah, he's probably frustrated there. What's BTCM? What is that? Mining Limited. Okay, let's check it out. Whoa, that kind of chart's hard to read, guys. That looks like a flat. Yeah, it's probably going to make some. It might make lower lows. Or this was a wave 1, and now we just got a wave 2, and now we're going back up. Yeah, that's super possible right there. 3 waves down. So this could be like a wave 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, big 5th wave, 3 waves down, and now we're going to start making slow headway up to higher highs. That's a possibility there. Bitcoin Mining Limited. The other thing is that this was a flat. 3 up, 3 down, 5 up, and now we're gonna go. This company's gonna go broke. It's going to 0. So that's the other option. But not a whole lot I can really say with any certainty on this particular chart. Sorry, I can't help you much there. Let's look at NEO here. You know, that sounds good, Ryan. If they're using it in electric vehicles, are electric vehicles viable is the question. Are they going to really take on the world? And yeah, that might be a great investment. Copper might be, but there's so much of it that it's hard to tell here. Guys, you can see that I had a target down here at this level, right down here for NEO with the reversal expected. So looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. This might be coming down for a larger correction. I can see a couple of options for NEO. But man, my 29.86. Guys, that was a pretty amazing call. This is an old chart I made. That was a pretty amazing call. It eventually got down here, didn't it? So pretty good. All right, let's talk about NEO here for a second. I just like to look at old charts that I've drawn to see what they actually come to. Okay. What now? Well, the structure I'm seeing right now, this could be a 3 wave to the downside. This looks just like Bitcoin. The only problem is we got a 3, 3, 5 right here. That could be a flat. So this could be 3. This could be 3. This might be heading down for another 3 here to get us a little lower here. I hate to say it. We're probably going to be up here, coming up here to retest $50. I would imagine, with some more downside to follow it. So that's a strong possibility. Okay, that this could be a 3-wave move from an Elliott perspective to the downside, and that this is A, we're getting B now, we're going to get a B wave, followed by a C wave to the downside, and that would be a W, X, and a Y wave. So that's a possibility for NEO, N-I-O. So, excuse me. So there's NIO. Let's look at Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla in quite a while. Love Tesla. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we got a finished 5-wave move. We got even more extended than I expected it to get. There. It's always hard to tell when they get extended. That looks like a good 1, 2, 3, 4, then a 5th wave. Boom. Now it looks like we've gotten a 5-wave move to the downside. This 4th right there, and a 5th right there. Looks like we're getting a B wave. So best I can see right now, this is A, this is B whenever it's finished, and we'll get a C wave. So we'll actually get a deeper correction in Tesla. Good buy zone down here. Maybe back down in this region, this order block region right here. Maybe back down to $500 or something like that. But it looks like we're going to get a bit of a correction come here September, October. get a bit of a tank there. When I think the market is probably going to be tank. Uh, the market may be tanking around then anyway. So it is Jubilee year, guys. 7-year cycle. Look that up and see what happens. But markets crash. They tend to. All right, guys. I've only got one more in me, or two more. So let me look up NVIDIA, and then I'm going to look Remed, and then I'm going to call it a night. That's it. Okay. So let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA. Not seeing it. It starts with N. NVIDIA. There it is. Never looked at NVIDIA. Looks great. That chart is wonderful. I got a one wave down here. Yeah, I mean, maybe 221 is a nice place for correction. It just depends on what the one wave is. Is one down here and these little bumps here, or is this one? So I'm not sure. So this might be 1, 2. We might be on the middle of the third wave, which gets us up to 221. So one idea says 1, 2. All that's 3 up here to 221 range. Get a correction down for 4, and then we get another fifth wave to the upside. So that's the way I'd count that for now. So count all this as like a 1, 2, then 3, 4, and then 5. That's a possible count. That's not horrible. Good potential count there. Let's look at the RSI. Daily count shows a lot of bullishness right now. Looking at a lot of bullishness in this wave that could really get us up here to 220 to 230 in that range. So yeah, I can really see that more upside coming with this bullish RSI. Yeah, that looks good for some more upside. Watch the 220 region. See if we get a correction around there. We'll see. We'll see. There's NVIDIA. Okay, and then Remed. Right? RMed, I should say. Dan, I'll try to get AMC for you if I can, buddy. Yeah, RMed, there's nothing here. It's too new. There's nothing there. That looks like a brand new crap coin. The way they start out and then they just tank. But most likely, I mean, it's a good investment, down here where it'll spike up on you and give you a good rise, and then it'll fall back down again. But it might just start doing that stuff for you. It might start going up like that. But that's generally the way these new companies start rising. They have periods of development or bullishness with correction. That's the way the crap coins kind of roll, and that's the way these new companies kind of roll as well. So yeah, you might. I don't think you can get it any much cheaper than that without having it die. So this might be a decent investment around this area. But yeah, RMed, hard to look at. And I'll do AMC real fast. AMC. Yeah, AMC had a pretty big spike here, didn't it? Oh, wow. Yeah, I would expect AMC to come all the way back down and retest those lows. Okay? So, right here, watch for AMC to get back down here to 18 to 20 bucks and have a correction. But yeah, this is probably a short squeeze. Probably going to keep on rocking back down to find support around this range or this range here. So unless AMC does something spectacular, that's probably where she's heading in the short term. It's no buy zone for now. All right, guys, y'all, I'm done. I think that's it. There's a lot of good info. If you just got here, a lot of good info. Just back it up. Watch the crypto section of it. Did a lot of, man, I love doing the stock charts tonight. That was fantastic. Super nice break from looking at crypto charts. Really, really appreciate that, guys. Hope y'all have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Hey, don't forget, man, talk my channel up if you like what you're seeing and you enjoy the channel. Talk it up for me. I really enjoy the community that you guys have created here. Thanks for coming in. I hope y'all have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. This concludes our nightly session. And anyway, we'll talk at you guys later. Thanks again. Bye-bye.